Let's start off with very beginning. 2020 April, my 12th standard was over. I wrote my last exam around April or May of 2020. That's when lockdown started. And I wrote my exam. I had one exam left. The exam was around February or March. And I wrote my exam. And there was an exam which was postponed because the lockdown was ongoing. And we wrote the exam like few months later. And by May of 2020, I was completely unemployed, and now I'm not a student anymore. I'm unemployed, and this is where everything started. As everyone was inside, there's nothing much to do. Years went by really fast. From May till September of that year, I just completely wasted it. Was playing games with my friends all day, all night. I used to wake up at 1, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, eat, play until 2, 3, 4 in the morning, then sleep again, wake up 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., play, sleep. I was becoming fat. I'll try to put my picture up here. This was the highest I had been in my weight. I had a tummy out. I was really gaining weight, and my acne was so bad because of all the binge eating. Yep. Things were getting very, very out of control. Fast forward 2020, September or October, around that period, I started working. The lockdowns had been lifted, I guess, by then. I don't exactly remember the year. Was it 2021 or 2020? But yeah, around September or October, I started working. I got a sales job, doing good. The pay was not a lot, around $120 a month, which is not quite a lot. So after that, I left the job. I left the job at March 1st. My birthday was coming up March 7th. I just said, F it, I'll try something else. So March of 2021, nothing going great. I used to live by industrial area. So every single day I used to wake up and go search for jobs, stand outside factories for the longest time, from like 7, 8 in the morning till like 11, 12 in the noon, so that if any employee sees me, in hopes of someone seeing me and hiring me. So I used to stand there from 7, 8 in the morning with my resume, my marks card, my documents in front of like few other factories in the same area for a longest time. Then fast forward a while, I got a job in few weeks. The first one was a factory which makes wires for automotives. Cables, basically, not wires. Cables for bikes, cars, the brake wires, the clutch wires, and etc. Those things. So yeah, I worked there for a few months. It was so tiring and so hectic. I had back pain, leg pain, my hands were paining literally every single day. It was the worst phase of my life, trust me. Fast forward again, I quit the job because it was way too much. Then I joined another factory, which it took me another few weeks to find the job, and that one was even harder. That job was pairing up few metal things, for certain mechanical parts. Let's say, for example, there's a big machine. They used to make smaller units of those, and we used to hand pack them and send it. That was a really, really hard job because my hands were literally working every single second when I was there. Within a day, my whole body had given up on me. I was still 18 at the moment. I was calling quits at that moment. That job, I quit it in the next day because even the salary was not good. It was nothing, like maybe $150 or something a month. So I called it a quit there too. Now what? Next, an opportunity came by to join a big online marketplace warehouse. You all know, yeah, that one. So I joined there, and trust me, it was hell on earth there because that warehouse was so big, so big. I had to walk like literally 20-30 kilometers a day, a single day, in a single shift. I used to walk that far, circling around the warehouse, picking up orders, placing them in the carts, pushing it, going, dumping it, coming back, picking up orders, going back, pushing it. I did that for almost 6 7 months. I don't even know. Yeah, around 6 7 months I did that. And the crazy part was it was a night shift. So I used to clock in at evening 7 p.m. Then I used to work till morning 4:30. Then I used to ride back home in the darkness. There's nothing, there's no proper roads. I used to ride back in darkness, and it was really scary for me because I was not afraid of ghosts or anything. I was afraid of some animals or someone jumping me. Really tough times. I was just 19 during all this, and I was super tired, and I had to call it a quit after 7 8 months of walking, losing my entire body weight. I was down to like 55 kilos or something. My whole ribs were visible and everything, so I had to quit. Fast forward, I quit 6 7 months in. I just quit, and then my friend came up with an idea to start a YouTube and production house kind of thing. So we used to make short movies, etc. So he was really passionate about making movies. So he wanted to make movies, and I knew how to do video editing and as well as handle cameras and everything. He also was a bit well settled, so I got to get my hands on gimbals, cameras, mic equipments, a lot of things. And I also went to a lot of production houses as well during that period. So it was quite a good experience, but this was not making money. We continued this for a few while, then this was not making any money, and the pressure was also building up. I'm almost 20 during all this. 19 to 20 I was just transitioning, so things were starting to really pile up, and we didn't have a proper plan, which led to us just holding it for a while. We made a couple of short movies during that period. I do not want to show you all, it's really embarrassing and cringy, so let's just skip that. And we just had to call it a quit right there. Now, after this, now what? Then we thought of starting everything. The whole world was starting at this point, everything was going back to normal, and we saw an opportunity to open an online kitchen, a delivery only kitchen for people from USA. You might know DoorDash, which delivers food to your place. And in here, there's quite a lot of other apps which do the same. So we thought of making an online kitchen and just making food and delivering it to people. So that was the idea right now. So this is January of 2022, if I'm not wrong. We had everything set up, the document set up. Boom, I moved out of my house for the first time in my life. We are staying away from our houses. I was staying with my friend and his brother. So things were really serious this time because money was on the line. We had invested a lot of the money in that. So we had to make it work somehow. 3 months go by, no orders coming in, nothing, zero money earned. A lot of money wasted in rent, food supplies, etc. We were really feeling down. Then during March of that year, things started to pick up. We were starting to get a bit of money at that point. So we thought of not just holding it here, and we thought of getting a bigger commercial building and hiring employees as well, and hiring chefs and etc., and making this a big thing. By now 7 8 months have passed by. We get a new place during that period, and we shift there again. We do the same thing for a while. We hired 2 people and we did the same online thing for a while. After a while, we knew the place had a lot of potential because it was really huge, and we thought of why not convert this into a fine dine. We had to make this work at this point. Fast forward few months, 3 4 months, we ourselves renovate the place, bring in everything, complete the roof and etc., put in lights and everything. Literally A to Z we did it. All of this was catching up, and we were super tired every day. We were working till like 3 in the morning, and then it finally completed. Boom, after a few months, everything's going good. The business is starting to pick up a bit, and it's been more than a year since we have started all of this, and we're in a stage where we are having parties and customers come in every day. And I was getting really tired because I was looking after literally everything, like day to day, literally everything. So I was getting really tired at this point. And as you all know, I had a really big accident back in 12th. My knee bent this way, which is usually supposed to bend this way. My knee went this way. So I can't stand for long. Even now, I've been standing for 16 minutes and my legs are already paining. So all of this was catching up, and I had to call it a quit there. After more than 2 years spent there and a lot of knowledge gained about the business and etc., now my physical conditions were holding me back. So I had to call it a quit. May of 2023, by the end of May 31st, I was back home. And that's when the isolation started. Thank you for watching this video. Next video is gonna be how isolation almost ruined my life. Hope to see you all there. Like, share, subscribe.